All right. Time now is 1:18 p.m. On September 1st. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to September. Woo! Ouch. So yeah, I went to bed last night very early at 2:40 and my sleep is ruined basically. So yeah, last night I was really excited to go to bed because I've been really tired for 4 days, and you know, it's like I just really wanted to sleep is all. And another reason why I want to sleep is because I want to just rest. It's like a huge relief. I've been hyping up for Film 32 for months, hoping that I would meet interesting people and new people, including Aika and more. And it actually lived up to my expectations and surpassed it. I just want to be relieved because now I don't care. You remember how, a week ago I was like, my life has boiled down to, whether Aika ends up on my Wednesday or Friday. She does ends up on my Wednesday. Yay, yay. I am so lucky. Um, but yeah. Anyways, back to last night when I tried to sleep. At 2:40, I didn't immediately fall asleep despite being really tired. And then at 3:30, so I was awake for a whole hour, just rolling around in my bed. Um, at 3:30, it happened. Cindy came back from the hospital, and she called me twice. And I had to make a decision. I either ignore her and go back to sleep, or actually do all that stuff. So I imagine Cindy just standing alone on the streets in the middle of the frigging night, just waiting for me. So I'm like, okay, I can't be that much of an asshole. So I actually left. I picked up the phone and Cindy's like, I'm outside the apartment now. Pick me up. Get get me in. So I changed to my street clothes over there. And oh man, just it feels so bad because at 2 a.m. I just took a shower and I put the moisturizing cream on my hand and my feet already. I'm ready to just sleep it off, man. But no, I have to ruin it all and then take a shower again at 3:30. So yeah, I went out. I opened the door and it's so stupid because I actually unlocked this apartment's door, albeit dangerous, but if Cindy has the front gate key but doesn't have the apartment key, it doesn't matter. She can still get in. But she doesn't have the front gate key, so I have to go all the way out there to the streets to open the door for her. She I open the door and I see no one, and she came out of a red car. So somebody's driving her. And then she very jolly and happily and yay. She wasn't like this. She's very energetic. She doesn't feel like she's dying. She walks back in and she's like, "Wow, thank you." And I'm not even gonna be like, "Oh, you're welcome. No problem. No problem. I wasn't even asleep." I'm not even gonna say all this. I'm not Californian. Okay, I was legitimately pissed. Like after the paramedic stuff, after the frigging all the white men she's brought into the apartment. Like, I'm already, you know, kind of pissed. Um, yeah, so I was like, ugh, I just woke up. And she really saw that I changed my clothes. I changed from pajamas to street clothes because I have clear rules: pajama clothes, room clothes, street clothes. These three do not overlap at all. Um, and also if I change into street clothes or room clothes, 2 pajama clothes, I have to take a shower. That is a very clear rule. Nothing dirty can touch my bed. If I'm in my room clothes right now, I actually cannot touch my bed. So, but Cindy's not as, I guess Cindy has OCD, but not the way I have my rules. So Cindy's surprised that I've changed my clothes. We got back into the apartment and I was actually so excited yesterday. For what? To sleep. And Cindy's like, oh, sorry. And then I said, oh, I have to take a shower now. I've already taken 3 showers. Actually I haven't, but it feels like I'm going to take 3 showers. And Cindy's like, oh, are you okay? And I asked Cindy, are you okay? And then Cindy said she has lupus. I don't know what is a lupus. And I said, what is that? And she said it's an autoimmune system disease. Okay, so I just went back to bed. I took a shower, went to the bathroom, took a shower, right? And it is the fastest shower I've ever taken in my entire life. Like a 1 minute, 2 minute long shower, lightning fast. And then I just went back to bed. And the air vent of the bathroom is still on. Even though I turned it off, it's still on. It does that every single night because it detects moisture. So until the shower place is completely dry, it will stay on. And it usually stays on for 20 minutes, but for some reason it stayed on for like a whole hour last night. And then on top of that, the first thing Cindy did after she came back home from the hospital isn't to rest, but to make loud ass phone calls again. And she did it in the living room. Loud ass phone call. And the more she talks, the more aggressive and angry she gets. So lively. And then she started to wash her clothes in the washing machine. So we got the banging noise, the washing machine noise, the air vent is on. I just cannot sleep. Even after I open the door for her, I cannot sleep. So at 4:30, I left my bed again and I went out. Cindy's probably surprised, like, oh my god, she's still not asleep? How could he? I was already being really quiet. Cindy just doesn't have the awareness that other people are sleeping, Maybe I should be quiet. If other people are sleeping, maybe I should be quiet. Because back in Hong Kong, back in my apartment, we have that awareness. If my brother's sleeping, but I'm still awake, I'm quiet. I quietly wash the plate. I quietly eat food. I'm quiet, okay? So, fuck. But yeah, at 4:30 I left my bedroom, and first of all, the aircon, it's 70 Fahrenheit, which is like 21 Celsius-ish. So I had to pump it down to about 65, which is about 18-ish. Because that's too hot for me to fall asleep. And then Cindy's like, am I too loud? And I'm like, yeah. So Cindy was like, okay, I'll do it in my room. So apparently it's okay for her to make phone calls in her room the whole time? I thought she's doing it in the living room because the Wi-Fi connection is better or something. Wow. And when she went into her room, it's fine again, it's quiet again. So at that point, I fell asleep at 5 a.m. So I slept, actually afterwards, the sleep was pretty good. It was completely uninterrupted until 12 at noon. When I noticed sounds in the outside, and something interesting has taken place. A man's voice. And I could immediately tell that it is the new roommate. The new roommate has arrived. Now, I haven't left my room yet. I just woke up. And I don't know what's going to be outside. I don't know if Cindy's gone or not. Because I know Cindy's supposed to leave yesterday to Europe. But she either cancels her entire trip or she leaves today or something. But either way, today's September 1st. And new roommate comes in. And I'm hearing voices. I'm hearing sounds of plates and washing machines. It's still running now. I want to do the laundry. I got dirty clothes. But yeah. That's a very crappy sleep. So at around from 12 to 1, I was totally awake. And then, no, at 11 to 12, I was awake. And then I slept back at 12 at noon, and then at 1 p.m. I woke up. So much for sleeping earlier. Yeah. So anyways, I'm not gonna do too much today. I'm gonna go to Ralph's. I want to. So no news, no response from the Chinese boss lady. I guess she either changed her phone number or she just doesn't want me to work for her anymore. Either way, I'm probably gonna show up literally in front of the well and see that's okay, and see if the Chinese boss lady is somehow there, because I know she's in there every single time. Maybe I can do it today, or I can do it tomorrow, honestly. But yeah, today's a Thursday and I got nothing, okay, other than Ralph's, because I need more food. Yeah, that's all. Tomorrow maybe I'll go to Nijia Market, I don't know. And then yeah, and then on Saturday there's a shoot. And on Sunday I'll go back to church. It is what it is. But yeah, I'm still really happy about yesterday. Yesterday is truly awesome, first class. The fact that we get to go out to get lunch together is a bit of a group, and the fact that I'm the centerpiece of the group. Remind me of Team Cyan. I was the reason why Team Cyan was created, and I was the first person they kicked out during the Civil War. It's kind of ironic, beautiful, poetic, but ironic, tragic. But I don't know. I don't know. It does. This is the most school-like school I've had since everything had ended. Since the end of everything. This is the most school-like school I've had. Like legit seeing familiar faces again. And then groups as well, because again you get the boys group, a bunch of white men together from the Film 31 Thursday from last semester. And then we have my group. I have a gang now. I mean, come on. I just created a gang. I am undefeated, bro. I'm undefeated. I might be doing even better than Natalie at this point. Not really. I mean, Natalie has like 300 followers now on Instagram. And Natalie's probably quite popular. And everybody's confessing to Natalie and telling her, man, you're so hot and sexy and whatever. Nobody's confessing to me. That's alright. I'm a loser. I've accepted that. But still, I've pretty much already completed level 5. Level 6. Upper class, I'm pretty much already there. So, hell yeah. Alright, it's 6:34. I just got back home. This is what I got. Loaf of bread. Okay, loaf of bread. Ravioli. Okay, for starch, I really ran out of ideas, so I gotta try this soft shell taco thing. Okay, 2 carrots. Couple of oranges, cucumber, cabbage. And for future breakfast, the one and only sweet potato pie, which is my favorite. Alright, meat, we got 2 steaks. Beef chopped up, Thai red curry. I can't find Indian food, I don't know why. Salmon cedar plank. Okay. Chocolate milk. Coconut oil. And chocolate ice cream, star of the show. Alright, trying something new today. Beef stuff, beef bits of beef. Boiled the bok choy. Cooking the rice. It's 10:21. Alright, let's do this. Yes, nice. I have no idea why it's bubbling up so much. It's just all bubbles. I'm turning it all the heat to high. It's still bubbling up. I don't know what's going on. Alright, got the bok choy with oyster sauce, sugar, salt, and garlic. Yeah, and then rice, 360 milliliters, and beef bits. Wow, it's so hard. Oh my god. Alright, time now is 12:02 after midnight. Yeah, so, not a lot of stuff happened today, but I wouldn't say nothing happened. There are a couple of tidbits of things that have happened. So, starting off, I didn't film so much today, which is a good thing. First of all, Cindy's gone. I saw Cindy go out the door, and she's leaving, and it's a safe flight, and she's gone, and she'll be gone for 2 weeks, or 2 weeks minus 1 day, because she's still here yesterday. And then I saw the new guy, Jacob. I can disclose his name now. So, the new roommate is, Jacob the Chinese man. He is 23 years old, and, I saw him a little bit, and then, he just moved in this morning, and he's using his room, and he's mostly in his room. He doesn't go out all that often, which is great news, because if he goes out all that often, it's gonna be, I mean, it's fine, but if he's, making loud-ass phone calls and playing Beyonce, then it's going to be annoying. But no, he's in his room all the time. And, he does come out to cook some stuff occasionally, and he has literally brought everything. All the way from his own pans and his own pots, to his own food, to his own eating utensils. He has his own everything, and he laid them all out on the kitchen table, and he asked me which cabinet he can use, and I have no idea, because all the cabinets are filled with Cindy's stuff. To be fair, I also share with her stuff. The white plates, they are Jared's plates. The white plates and bowls are all Jared's. And the stainless steel aluminum eating utensils are all Jared's, and the pots and pans are all Jared's as well. But then you get the pale yellow plates and bowls; they are all Cindy's, and the golden forks and knives and eating utensils, they're all Cindy's. The long glass cups, they're all Jared's, and then there are tons, like 20, 30 something other glass cups, shot glasses, that are all Cindy's. And it's all over the cabinets. So, Jacob doesn't have a lot of space to put his stuff. I did communicate with him a little. First of all, he asked me where I'm from, and I said, proudly, Hong Kong. And he said, "Oh, oh." Uh, he said, "Oh, I'm from China." And I said, "Yeah, I can tell." I mean, he does. Now that I've heard more of him saying, his English is not 100% fluent. It's, I'd say 90. I'd say 90%. So so I asked him where he's from exactly, and he said he's born in Kunming, but then lived in Beijing. So there's that. Um, and he cooked dinner. He has his own rice cooker, which is huge, like 4 times bigger than mine. And he cooked himself a giant pot of like beef and like cabbage stuff, sort of mixture. And I looked at it and I'm like, man, that feels very Chinese. I want to cook something like that, you know. So I wish I could take my ideas from him now. And now that if I run out of rice, I can ask for him, I guess. But I still got rice. But yeah, I also cook rice. I also ate beef today. I also ate bok choy. So my dinner tonight was also quite Chinese, I guess, in a sense. Um, but yeah, essentially there's that. Um, and okay, I went to Ralph's to buy food. At around 5, and right off the bat, boom, the bus shows up. I went there, I buy the food, came back home. Again, I'm buying so much food. It's $64 worth, which is a lot, and the bags are super heavy. But I got ice cream now. I bought ice cream, which is nice, and I have a lot of food now, so that's really cool. Um, and yeah, so that's that. Um, I guess I'm just tired, but my mind really isn't at the right place. Today I was gonna review the JID album, but while I was writing the script for that album review, I got distracted like 4 or 5 times. I just am not in the mood, and I didn't really want to review it either. I was just sort of burnt out and tired. But okay, anyways, more news. More news, more news, more news. So, um, like I said, um, not like I said, oh my god, what am I saying? Um, more news about Pepper and Thomas's short film. So okay, right. So I asked Pepper if she really showed up at the well in person to ask the Chinese boss lady to rehire her, to bring her back, to add her shifts back, add her back to the shifts of the well. So I said, okay, fine, I'm gonna go too. So I'm gonna go tomorrow, actually. Um, and then I made my moves. I asked her for her birthday. I was like, oh, by the way, when is your birthday? Just curious. And Pepper just answered, December 15th. Um, yeah. And there's something special about asking for people's birthday because even though it's a very simple, plain question, it's actually a little bit personal. Okay, so we have the pleasantries. We have level one. Hi, what's your name? What's your major? What year are you in? Why did you take this class? What other classes are you taking? I like your shirt. I like your shoes. Whatever. Blah 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 blah. And then we have level two, which is a little bit more personal. Not just tiny bit more. Oh, I don't know how to do this assignment. Can you tell me how to do this assignment? Oh, do you know when will we have the break? Oh, do you want to have lunch together? Oh, do you want to, okay, do you want to have lunch together is a little deeper than that, but. And then there's level 3, where it gets even more personal. Like okay, let's hang out together. Let's literally hang out together. Work on a short film together. Okay. I'm not gonna actually call these like level 1, 2, 3. I'm not gonna make a system out of it. It's too many systems. But when's your birthday is actually a little personal because whenever you ask someone when their birthday is, you're not gonna abandon that person. So if you're making friends just to abandon them, okay, just to because you're a Machiavellianist, because you're a puppeteer because you're manipulative. If you're only making friends just to gain something, then you won't ask for someone's birthday because you act nice and stuff, and then after the person is being used, after you use that person, you just throw them away. So their birthdays don't really matter. But when you do ask for their birthdays, you're committing to them, meaning that on that day, whether it be a month later, 2 months later, 3 months, 4, 5, whatever, and maybe from here on out, every single year, you'll say happy birthday. You're committing to that now. So I've actually never asked someone when their birthday is since I've come to LA, so doing that is a special thing. So I just asked that to Pepper. And my ulterior motive is I want her to know that next week is my birthday so that she'll at least say something, okay? Like, I remember in Form 5 and Form 6, nobody would say happy birthday to me. Well, in Form 6, I think more people did, but in Form 5, nobody did other than Natalie. And I think Jordana did it too. I'm going to say happy birthday to Jordana. It's September, man. It's the birthday month. Everybody's birthday is September. September is such a popular birthday month. And then it's December. A lot of people have their birthdays in December. But yeah, there's that. So yeah, that's that. And then my and Pepper's conversation moved on forward a little bit when Pepper showed me a screenshot of Thomas texting her. Apparently, the actress for Thomas's short film, the main actress, dropped out because she says she has COVID. And so Thomas asked Pepper, hey, can you stand in for my actress? Not even stand in, be my actress. And Pepper didn't know how to respond because Pepper's not, I mean, honestly, I don't even think Pepper's that bad at acting. But, but that's that. And then on top of that, Nicole, the dancer, she also dropped out because she said she's busy. So a couple people dropped out of Thomas's short film project. Man, I feel so bad for him. This is his first project, his first short film. And it's a clusterfuck. And it's kind of his fault for making his short film so ambitious and so multiple locations and so many actors. Even I, on my 5th short film, kept it simple. So yeah, I feel bad for the guy. And Thomas later did text me about this too. Next thing you know, Pepper, asked me something. She's like, oh, I want to ask you something. And I'm like, sure. She said, oh, can you edit my short film for me? I will pay you. And yeah, sure. Of course I want to edit the short film for you. Not really, of course. Of course it's a heavy workload, right? I got uni app already. I got YouTube stuff. I got my own short films, But hey, you want my help. That's sick. That's sick. When is the last time since someone has asked for my help? When? Let me think. I cannot think. I mean, Thomas did ask for my help, but it was less because it was more because I'm like the only person Thomas is close with. But aside from Thomas, I guess I really can't think of the last time somebody needed my help. Back in the secondary school days, nobody needed my help. Everybody just ignores me. Oh, I don't know how to do this assignment. Well, ask Kingsley. He's smart as hell. Oh, I'm really tired. And I don't want to move this stack of books. Oh, ask Ronald. He's tall and strong. Oh, I forgot to do this thing and do that thing. Oh, well, ask Natalie. Nobody asked for me. Okay, but now somebody is asking for my help. So now, yesterday, I formed a group of friends. Today, somebody asked me for help. And she said she's gonna pay me, but honestly, it's embarrassing because, I mean, I'm her friend, and by paying me, it's almost like making this friendship more transactional. But so I said, "Oh, you don't need to pay me." But she's like, "No, I'll pay you." And I asked her if she pays her actors in her short film, and she said she hasn't, but she will, because the actors never actually requested payment, but she says she will pay because they deserve payment. And I thought, yeah, that's kind, but also, man, you must be rich. And then I told her how my 2-minute short film, I also paid everyone in my 2-minute short film, and I said my 2-minute short film is even longer than my 5-minute one, essentially. So yeah. And I'll probably edit for Thomas's project as well. And if possible, I want to edit for Aika. But I don't want to be an editor. I want to be someone else. I want to be DP or something. But that's too much of a responsibility. But being a DP sounds so cool. But yeah, I hope I get to work with Aika someday. No, it will happen. It will have to happen. Like literally, it'll have to happen somehow for class. So yeah. And yeah, I can even add their projects on TMDB. Okay, finally one more thing, and that is Thomas asked me to meet him tomorrow afternoon after his class ends, so that we can, test the equipment. That's very professional thinking. That's good thinking. I never do that for my short films. But the thing is, tomorrow I may or may not go to Nijia Market to buy more food. And I will go to the well tomorrow to physically meet the Chinese boss lady and tell her that I'm back, because she's not responding to my texts. And Pepper said the Chinese boss lady usually shows up after 4 p.m. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll see her at 4. So tomorrow, Thomas's class will end at 3:30. So I will go at 3:30, and then I'll play with the equipment a little while. At 4, I'll go back. Maybe 4:30, I'll go back. I'll meet the Chinese boss lady, go back home, and then maybe at 5:15 there will be a script writing club meeting. And then maybe Aika will show up in that meeting, which is hilarious. Hilarious how these people, even after class, these people are interacting with me still. It just goes to show how much I'm connected now. Not that much, but somewhat. Alright, and that's pretty much it for today. Nice, plain, and simple day. Man, my schedule was fucked because I woke up at 1 p.m. today and I had breakfast at 2 p.m. I had lunch at 7 p.m. and then I had dinner at 10 p.m. It's just absolutely fucked. But yeah, I'm glad people are needing my help. I'm literally living. I almost feel like last night when I thought about, speaking to Aika and all those people, and I almost thought to myself, man, this is not me anymore. This is not the same person I used to be. I used to be a loner. I used to be in the corner of the classroom, being ignored. I leave the school alone. I get to school alone. I eat alone. I walk around with nothing to do. And I feel like a loser. And every moment when I see people having fun, hanging out, I hate myself. And I keep thinking how much I hate myself. And those times were so tough. And now that feeling will be gone because I don't live like that anymore. It's almost like, is it a good thing that that feeling is gone? Because that feeling fuels me. It makes me me. But then it's also a good thing because it's really a good thing. Because it's literally, actually good for me. And that's also one of my goals. 3 Fs. I came to the USA for 3 things: film, friendship, and freedom. I am making friends in film class freely. What more can I ask for? So, yeah. Oh, one more thing. This, I'm gonna shave it. Probably, maybe today. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Doesn't matter. I just want to look a little different, And then, maybe after next Wednesday. I do like this though. If it's just this, it's a little awkward. Like if it's just this, then it's bourgeoisie. But with this, it's rougher. That's nice. But at some point, maybe late September, I'll shave it all. So there's that. And yeah, exciting. Very exciting. Oh, time now is 3:11. I'm gonna take a shower and go to bed now. I know, sleep schedule ruined. Thank you, Cindy. But yeah, I forgot to mention that today is actually Mid Autumn Festival. Um, I the moon will still be very full tomorrow night. Maybe I'll get the chance to see it tomorrow night. I don't know. Doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. At least I got to eat mooncake today because I was really hungry today afternoon. Um, Before I cooked dinner, no, after I went back to the apartment from Ralph's, I ate some mooncake. Yeah. But yeah, that's all. God damn, the acne doesn't stop. Pepper actually has a little acne on her forehead as well. So I'm happy that I'm not the only one fucking suffering. I'm about to turn 20 and it's still happening. Why? It's supposed to end, right? I guess this just means I'm young. I'm still a young teenager, I guess. Ooh. Time now is 11:51, 52 on September 2nd. So, I went to bed at 4 a.m. last night, which is kind of late, but it is what it is, and I didn't even immediately fall asleep. But yeah, I had a good sleep because Cindy's not here. The aircon is still on. Nobody's playing Beyonce or other music. I did wake up momentarily at 7:40 a.m. I think it was a natural reaction because Cindy always wakes up at 7 a.m. But yeah, I quickly fell back asleep and then slept until 11:20 when my alarm woke me up. So that is that. When I woke up at 7 a.m., I legit thought it's already like 3 p.m. Like I had a very long dream, but it was very hazy and blurry, and I pretty much forgot everything already, but it was such a long dream that I thought so much time has passed. But apparently not. Yeah, anyways, it's gonna be a nice day today because, yeah, so I didn't finish Tokyo Story last night, so I have to watch it now. And then afterwards, I probably will do a couple of reviews, an album review and a movie review. And then afterwards, at around 3, I'm going to go out to go to the campus, the CMD, to meet up with Thomas and to play with the equipment a little bit. And then afterwards, I will go to Nijia Market. I did my meal plan spreadsheet and I realized, wow, I have so much food. Suddenly, I realized that I have so much food. Enough to last a whole week. The only thing I need is one more type of meat. And then that's it. And then I have enough food to survive a whole week. So one more type of meat, and then that's it. I think I'll buy some kimchi as well if I'm at Nijia Market. But yeah, as far as drinks and snacks goes, I'm all good. I got so much of them now. So that's great. I like this sense of security. But yeah, and on my way to Nijiya Market today, I will go to the well, and if the boss is there, I will say I'm here, because I've texted the Chinese boss lady twice, and she hasn't responded at all. Maybe she has changed her phone. I don't know. And then maybe I'll run into Hana. I don't know. And then I shall go back home, and at 5:15 maybe there's gonna be a script writing club meeting, so I want to be there for it. If not, then tonight it's gonna be nice and free, and I'm gonna continue to edit my short film, and yeah, I'm gonna continue to edit my short film, and I'll watch 2 episodes of Miss Marvel, and then that's all for today. That's all the plan there is. So yeah, I really realize that I don't have much to worry about now. Like, Aika ended up in my class, and that's just really cool. And again, it's funny because I know about Aika enough that when I run into her and speak to her, it's not like speaking to a complete stranger, because I already know the connection with Pepper and the connection with Script Writing Club. I know that she's making a short film as well. I already know a lot. That's really cool. But yeah, I want to continuously meet more people. I know I can. I hope I can. Yeah, that's it. Not much else. Good day. And we're back. Let's go. Time now is 4:55. Just met up with Thomas and played with the boom mic a little bit. And now I have to rush to the well, and then I have to rush back home for the Script Writing Club Zoom meeting. My god. This is so tiring. Okay, so there have been a change of plans. I was gonna take bus number 5, except it's not showing up at all. It doesn't exist. So originally the plan is to go to the well, say hi to the Chinese boss lady, rush back home, and then wash my face, wash my hair, and then do the Script Writing Club meeting. Now I could have gone back home, do the Script Writing Club meeting, and then go to the well and back, but that's a hassle, because that is back home and out and back home again. So you know what, screw it. I'm gonna go back to the campus, see Thomas again, and then afterwards, maybe at around 6-something p.m, I will go to the well. I'm sure the Chinese boss lady will probably still be there. I don't know, not sure, but I'll try. Holy shit, I'm so thirsty. Fuck is this? Okay, I know it's not very great, but how do I? Okay. Fuck. I'm so thirsty. Genuinely hilarious.
Who put me in place? That's the question. I'm so sorry.
You put yourself in place.
I know. That was a mistake.
Okay, time now is 6:48. Just got off the bus with Thomas, and now I'm going to walk to the well and yeah, show up to the Chinese boss lady. I'm going to talk a little bit about Script Writing Club meeting. The first time I had a Script Writing Club meeting, and the first time I had a club meeting in general in my life where I am part of the leadership. So right, so after playing with the boom mic with Thomas at the campus, I was about to leave, but change of plans, I walked back. And alright, maybe I shouldn't do this. Fuck. I walked back and did the Script Writing Club meeting with him. And it was sort of awkward at first because there were only 2 people, but more people joined in, and at the end 5 people ended up joining in, and 4 of which are actually part of the leadership of some sorts. Leadership of script writing, leadership of film club, former leadership. So The first two people who joined in are, I believe, a Middle Eastern girl by the name of Michelle, who's a leadership. Middle Eastern American, and then we have, I believe, an Asian American girl, like a Vietnamese American girl named Carly. And then afterwards, Theo, the Italian man who is currently the president of Film Club, joined. And then Betsy, the former president of Film Club, joined. And then Red, the annoying boy, he joined. And then of course, aside from those five, there's me and Thomas existing together in the same box, which is hilarious. And yeah, it was all right. It was very awkward at first, and Thomas's hands were shaking. He was shaking, man. I wasn't. I was actually relatively calm. He was shaking, and then he started off rambling about, the script writing club, self-introduction, and it's boring. But I can tell that he doesn't really know how to make it entertaining. So yeah, I tried to help. All right, it's 8:09. Let's try the carrots first. This is the only vegetable. Actually, there's spinach in this thing. So the carrots, I boiled them and then I fried them with no garlic, but with garlic powder, salt, pepper, paprika, and ginger powder and oil. Honestly, it just tastes like a regular carrot. Alright, but drier. Right here we got ricotta and spinach ravioli with marinara sauce. 550 calories. Good stuff. I microwaved it for 2.5 minutes, even though it told me to microwave it for 4. So let's try one. Ooh, my sore is hurting. It's not bad, but it has this really weird aftertaste, like burnt aftertaste. All right, so time now is 9:04, 9:05. Damn, that clock is it's 1 minute earlier. But anyways, time now is 9:05 p.m. Let's wrap it up today. Let's talk about today and wrap it up today. So yeah, at around 3:40, I left my apartment. After quickly filming 2 reviews, I went to CMD again, and I saw Thomas right there. Thomas asked me when exactly I'm gonna go, like what's my ETA. So I said, I'll arrive at 4:10, and then I actually arrived exactly at 4:10. And then Thomas right there, and we stood outside a little bit, outside of the building, inside the campus, and Thomas was carrying a big bag. And in the bag, it was boom pole, boom mic, sound recorder, a couple cables, and a headset. And so I used it, and I'm not familiar with this stuff, but I've played with sound recorders a little bit in my Film 31 class, and also for my Bloody Valentine. I played with sound recorder a little bit, but it was actually kind of easy to use. It took me a little while to figure out how to turn off the sound recorder so that it would only record noise sounds from the boom. You need to turn off the left-right, which refers to the left-right on the sound recorder. Alright, but after that, my plan, it was, Thomas kept rehearsing his lines. So the thing is, Thomas's short film production is a train wreck. Okay, so the actress who's gonna play the main girl in his short film pulled out because she got COVID, and then Thomas cannot find an actor to play the main character's father, and so he's like, okay, you know what? I cannot find an actor, so I'll just play it myself. But I'm not old enough to be a father, so I'm gonna change the story to older brother. I'm gonna change the character to older brother. And then he acted, and he asked me how is his acting, and honestly, it's not great. It's monotone, it's flat, and has no emotion, and he's speeding through it. And he's like, "Why don't you do it?" And so I set the lines, and Thomas is like, "You know what? Your acting is good. Why don't you play the older brother?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm probably younger than the actor who's gonna play the main character, who is confirmed, by the way." And so, okay, fine, younger brother. So I have to play a character in his short film now. That is okay, sure, why not? But this is a good thing because I'm playing a character now. I don't have to hold the boom mic now. Somebody else has to do it. Because holding the boom mic, especially under the sweltering heat, is incredibly tiring. So there's that. Yeah. And then I asked Thomas how is his film 32 class, which just ended, and Thomas was like, "Well, the annoying people are all back. Red, the boy who constantly speaks, he's back, and the old woman who also constantly speaks, she's back, and they're all in Thomas's class, and Thomas's class is full of lame people. My class had all the cool people: the Swedish dude, Eric, the Russian girls, two Russian girls." I mean, my class is all the cool people. So that's great. But yeah, and then we talked about script writing club meeting a little bit because it's happening. So apparently earlier today, Thomas spoke with Professor Simone, who is now head of my college's film program, because the previous head, the Mexican guy, he has to go back to Mexico to tend to his family or something. And so Thomas got the approval from Professor Simone that the scriptwriting club will hold a Zoom meeting. So I'm like, okay, hold on a sec. Has anyone made an announcement about this yet? And Thomas was like, nope. And then I checked Discord. Nobody has said anything. Duh, I'm part of the leadership. So I, as vice president, tagged everyone on Discord. Hey everyone, at 5:15 p.m. today, there will be a script writing club meeting. So that's that. So my plan is to immediately rush back to my apartment. Not really rush back to my apartment. Take the bus. The bus that Pepper actually used to take. Not used to, but nowadays take. To the well, see the Chinese boss lady, and then tell her that I'm here, and then go back to my apartment, quickly wash my face, wash my hair, change my clothes, and then join the script writing club meeting. The thing is, it was already really late. By the time I would have arrived at the well, it would already be 5:30, and the script writing club meeting starts at 5:15. And so all that, plus going back home to washing face and hair, it would have been like 6 p.m. So I went to the bus stop, and the bus never came. It's not real. It's a fake bus. It's an air bus. It's an invisible bus. Essentially, it's just another one of those times where the transit app has lied to me, because the bus never showed up. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Change of plans. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go back to CMD, meet up with Thomas, and then literally join the script writing club meeting with him together physically. So that's what I did, and I was so thirsty, so I immediately found some water dispensing machines and just, water in my mouth, just do it. Um, so yeah, I sat down with Thomas, and I couldn't find him at first. Back at the CMD building, I walked around. I sort of guessed he would be on the second floor in a classroom, but he's not in the classroom, and so I sort of ran into him at the end. It wasn't that big of a building, but yeah, I ran into him, and then we just sat side by side. And here goes the script writing club meeting. This is the first club meeting, over Zoom or any club meeting at all in my life where I'm part of the leadership, and it's actually very fucking awesome. Again, 3 years ago, if the current me tell myself 3 years ago that I'm going to be part of the leadership of a club, I would be like, damn, this guy is popping off. Future me is popping off. And I am popping off right now. So that's really cool. But it was actually incredibly awkward at first because Thomas clearly does not know a single idea, does not have a single idea what's going on. We had the agenda, we're going to introduce ourselves, introduce the club, do an ice-breaking activity, do a little script exercise, discuss a little bit, and then leave. But it went completely off track. And Thomas was shaking out of nervousness. And I wasn't as nervous because I'm kind of used to this already, in a sense. Like, if somebody randomly throws me into a very hostile environment where I have to, speak up and perform, I actually do well. Because all I'm doing is a performance. But to be truly myself, of course, it's nerve-wracking. Like, again, if Mary's in front of me right now, I wouldn't want to perform. I would want to be truly myself, and that's nerve-wracking. But if I was told to, just go out there and perform, I can. But yeah, the script writing club meeting started, and it was just two girls. One Middle Eastern Arabic American girl, and the other, Michelle, and the other is an East Asian American girl, Carly, who's, I think, Vietnamese American. She has a very strange last name that I do not think is Chinese at all. Neither Cantonese nor Mandarin last name. Probably Korean, but I've never seen it. So probably Vietnamese. And I was like, okay, Thomas was like, okay, welcome to Script Writing Club, blah, 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 blah. This is the goal of this club, the objective of this club. I got some plans, but I'm waiting for approval, blah, 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 welcome. And he's just going off. And it's boring. So it's my turn. So I'm like, hey, I'm Enoch Glai. I am your vice president. And I try to inject a bit of humor. So I'm like, okay, right now there's only 2 people, but I wish there's more people next week. So tell your friends, tell everyone, spread the good word that Script Writing Club is a thing, and join us, I tried to do that. And turns out these 2 people, these 2 girls, they turned on their cameras. Turns out they're both in the leadership team as well. The whole fucking time. They're like, well, we're actually in the leadership team. And so we're like, well, this is just a leadership meeting now. And then Theo, the Italian man, he joined, who's the current film club president. And then Betsy, the former film club president, basically Mrs. Film, or not Mrs. Film, Miss Film, the Miss Film of my college. He's here, so when we did self-introduction, she's like, well, I don't need introduction, I'm Betsy. And everyone else was like, yeah, you're Betsy. Carly was sort of new to this, and Red joined a little bit later. And Red also was sort of new to this. But yeah, the Betsy, basically. And then that's pretty much it. And then we did some self-introduction, and then we started talking about this quick script idea, and it was lame as hell. So Thomas was like, okay, let's think of a story. Let's think of a 3-act structure thing, Think of a conflict. Think of a plot idea. Location. Where do you want the story to take place in? And somebody's like, and in my head, I'm like, okay, please don't be this college. please don't have the location be this college. Because last semester we already did that as a challenge for the script writing club and nobody gave a shit. Um, and somebody was like, oh, let's just do this college. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like in my heart, I was like, oh, fuck. And then that's basically it. But it became more and more interesting when they're like, okay, what's going on? And Theo was like, oh, zombie apocalypse. And Thomas was like, oh, okay, okay. Thomas was so meek. He was so passive throughout the whole Zoom meeting. It was almost like Theo was leading the whole time. So we talked about the zombie apocalypse and we talked about characters. And Theo's like, one of the characters will be Michelle. Her name is Michelle. And that's funny because one of the girls in the Zoom meeting right now is called Michelle, the Arabic American. And then Carly was like, the other character will be Remy. And Remy, why? And Carly's like, oh, that's because my mom used to want to call me Remy. But now it's Carly? But I used to be Remy. Okay, and then Michelle was like, oh, the other character is a male, and his name is Theo. So I don't know if they're trolling or not, but it became sort of this funny thing, you know. Oh, and these two girls want to kill each other, and Theo's affected. You know, he's got the zombie infection, you know. And it just went on, and it was kind of boring, but it's nice to see people being genuinely passionate. Like Theo was talking a lot, and Red talked a few times, and Michelle and Carly also talked a few times, and Betsy also talked a few times. Everybody sort of had fun, you know, and that was pretty much what's carrying the whole Zoom meeting. And then gotta just sit. And then yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, and then I thought it was boring, so I was like, you know what if this whole zombie apocalypse thing is not real? What if it's all a simulation, you know? And so people started going on direction like, oh yeah, you know, multiverse, dimensions. Oh yeah, you know, everything everywhere all at once. And then I joked saying, haha, everything everywhere all at the name of my college. So there's that. But yeah, honestly, it's not that bad. But it was genuinely awkward. And afterward, Betsy stayed behind, and Betsy spoke to me and Thomas. You know, Betsy, Miss Film. You know, she's like, okay, you guys did a pretty nice job, but you know, next time you need to be more prepared. Have a PowerPoint. We actually did have a PowerPoint. Thomas prepared one, but it was absolute shit. It's just black screen with white text on top. 4 pages, default font. It was terrible. And then yeah, you know, you got to do this quiz if you want to join this leadership. What? There's a FERPA quiz. I don't know what that is, but I have to do a quiz in order to be officially in the leadership. I mean, I already am officially, but also not. I don't even understand why. So there's that. And then so I took a bus back home, but then walked to the well and walked back home again. And so I went to the well, and there are 2 wells, right? There's the well that I work at, and then there's the neighboring well that Pepper works at. But Pepper isn't there today, or at least I think she isn't there. I went to my well, and here comes Guangzhou, as well as Clara, the fat Hong Kong girl, the fat Hong Kong woman in Guangzhou, the man from Guangzhou. Clara saw me and she's like, "Oh, yo, Guangzhou, you know, 撞鬼, like, I thought I saw a ghost, you know. Oh my god, it's Eno. They can't say Enoch. They thought my name is Eno, so Eno. And then Guangzhou's like, what are you here for? Are you here to like, are you here to work, or are you here to buy something? And I'm like, neither. I want to see the Chinese boss lady. And then they're like, oh, she's probably at the neighboring well, at the well at the side. So I went to the well at the side, and lo and behold, it's Chinese boss lady and another co-worker of hers, Chinese man, eating at a table, sort of dinner, I guess. And then I saw them, and she's like, hi. And I said, "Oh, I'm here in LA now." And I asked her if she had seen my text, and she's like, "Yeah." Bro, she saw my text and she didn't respond. She didn't respond. How would I know she's read them? Unless it's an iPhone thing. Unless it's like an iPhone thing where they can see you if it's on red or not, but I can't see it. So she said something a little bit disappointing. She said, "Oh, right now we don't have open shifts for you," which is bullshit. I went to the Homebase app and I saw that on certain days there are literally one people. Come on, you can't operate a well with only one person. That's absolute bullshit. And Hana works on Tuesdays and Saturdays. And I don't prefer Tuesday, but I can go Saturday. Maybe I can see Hana. I don't know, but that was a little disappointing. And she said, "Oh, if there are any open shifts, I'll tell you. You can tell me your availability." And I said, "Oh, I'll send you over text." And she's like, "No, use the Homebase app." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't usually use this, but I'm gonna use it." But before I could finish the sentence, she's like, "Oh, people usually use the Homebase app because there are so many staff, there's so many workers, and it's almost in a condescending tone, like oh, you don't know what Homebase is, you schmuckus." But I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure, I'll use the Homebase app." So I just did. So yeah, that's it. Walked back home and started cooking. Before changing my clothes, I started cooking dinner. And my roommate's back, my new roommate, Jacob. And he spoke to me a little more. He asked me how much rent I'm paying, and then at some point I think I asked him he talked about how his student visa is expired, but because his I-20 is not expired, he doesn't have to leave. He doesn't have to be deported back to China. And then I talked about UCLA, and I asked him if it's a rumor that UCLA is accepting fewer Asians, and he's like, "Yeah, that's true." And I'm like, "Man, that's, not fair for me." So yeah, there's that. But yeah, I cooked myself a ravioli. I didn't cook it; it was microwaved meal, and then I had salmon, nice little salmon, and some carrots, and that's it. I'll eat some ice cream later. Nice calories. That's 550 calories. The ravioli and salmon is so full of calories. You have no idea. But yeah, that's it for today. And today, after when leaving CMD with Thomas, I suddenly realized that there was an anthropology class quiz that I forgot to do yesterday. So I have to do that today. Fuck. I fucked up. And I guess the final thing is tomorrow I don't have to wake up that early because Thomas still hadn't found the actress to play the main girl in his short. We cannot film the classroom scene. Yeah. We're just going to film one Koreatown scene. One. So Thomas's short film has 4 scenes. One scene is classroom, one scene is supposed to be Pyongyang, one scene is supposed to be Seoul, and one scene is supposed to be the border between North Korea and South Korea, and then the classroom scene is supposed to be at Switzerland. So that's 4 different locations. And the Pyongyang and Seoul scenes are both filmed in Koreatown. And so tomorrow we'll be going to Koreatown at around 1 p.m. So yeah, that's tomorrow, and I'll be acting in his short film. That's it. That's all. Culture Detective. So far so good, actually. The last 5 days have been very eventful. Also, next Monday, I don't have to go to school. Next Monday is actually Labor Day, so I don't actually have to go to the biology class because it's Labor Day. So that's a thing. So that's pretty cool. Yes. I also completely forgot to mention that I actually went to Nijia Market today. Quickly, I bought pork slices, cherry Coke, a can of cherry Coke, and oh, not cherry Coke, strawberry Fanta, and a jar of kimchi. Last time I bought kimchi in Nijia Market, it was actually mild kimchi. This time I didn't buy mild. I bought the serious one, which is actually 30 cents cheaper for some reason. But yeah, so all in all, $12. So quite nice. Yeah, quite nice. I think I'll be able to survive until Thursday.